today. um, so we'll see compared to previous AGMs. So anyway, let me do a quick welcome. So welcome, my name is Amber Shotton and I am the Chair of Trustees for SIDCN. Welcome to our annual general meeting, and it gives me immense pleasure to reflect on the achievements and challenges we've navigated together over the past year. This past year has been incredibly busy, yet profoundly rewarding for SIDCN and our members. We embarked on 2024 with some clear objectives, aiming to amplify the collective voice of members and ensure that all voices are heard. Our commitment to accessibility, inclusion, and continuous engagement has been unwavering. Our working groups of trustees and volunteers were diligently meeting every month, progressing activities across various areas. And I'm proud to announce the successful launch of the Radical Change podcast, a significant increase in member blogs to one a month, and multiple newsletters that have kept us all informed and connected. These efforts have culminated in an even bigger SIDCN Fest in 2024, with over 230 sign-ups and a significant level of participation on the day. Despite a minor hiccup with the recording, and I'll put my hand up now, the Fest content is now available on YouTube channel, along with 20 valuable pieces of legacy learning content from the FSI, as well as lots of other content that's being created through the different forums throughout the year. Team Influence has been at the forefront of our advocacy efforts, responding to government papers, engaging with new politicians post-election, and working closely with the UK Alliance. Their hard work has created tangible successes, influencing policies and fostering meaningful dialogue. Our sustainability admin team, that's basically me and Lizzie, has enabled us to increase operations, now running far more smoothly, securing a 3-year crucial funding from Bond and FCDO. This funding has allowed us to recruit 3 part-time freelancers who have already contributed significantly to our marketing, communications, and member engagement. So I have to do a big thank you to Alice, Casey, and Izzy, who have really made such an impact over the last few months. As I said, I've come into this AGM far more calm than I think any previous one. We're also pleased to be selected as part of the Action for Trustee Racial Diversity pilot scheme, Pathways to Trusteeship, and also welcome Uber Othman as well, who will be shadowing the board over the coming months as we support ARTD's mission to nurture next generation of young leaders in governance. Okay. Oh, I can hear someone tapping away in the background. If you don't mind going on mute, I would much appreciate it. Thank you. So I really want to praise both Bond and the UK Alliance and FCDO for recognising the importance of infrastructure or Tier 2 organisations such as SIDCN through its funding. We have seen the closure of multiple infrastructure organisations in the past few years, from Small Charities Coalition to the FSI to local CVSs, big and small, to the likes of Getting On Board just a matter of months ago. It is groups like ours that help to support and maintain the lifeblood of the not-for-profit sector. It is to one another that we turn to during these challenges, but also the celebrations. So a bit of a shout out there, particularly to Julian and to Claire, for maintaining and supporting our 2024 brag basket and continuing to do so. Your time is very much appreciated. Our growing presence in the UK international development policy space continues to amaze. We, little SIDCN, are getting invited to spaces that we haven't been seen before, and our attendance is definitely noted. Thinking about Olivia, who was at Right Honourable David Lammy's speech to the sector a few weeks ago, and many other events as well. So what are we aiming to do? Ultimately, contribute valuable insights drawn from you, our network of members, addressing how partnerships need to evolve to restore the credibility of the sector and regain the trust of the Global South. We are sharing the importance of prioritising local ownership and empowerment. We're demonstrating fostering equitable partnerships and championing knowledge sharing and capacity building. We still need to highlight the importance of cultural sensitivity, inclusive decision making, and a strengths-based approach that values local perspectives and expertise. Furthermore, we are highlighting that smalls have innovative ideas to accelerate and progress the global space, such as supporting technical and vocational training, supporting supporting women and girls, promoting inclusive finance, investing in climate resilience, sustainable practices, and much, much more of all the great work that you do. Our collective voice underscores the necessity for long-term investment and the empowerment of local organisations to ensure sustainable and equitable development. So, looking ahead to 2025, as we navigate through these accomplishments, we must also acknowledge the global challenges that persist. Wars, political polarisation, the misuse of technology all serve as stark reminders of the hurdles we face. And more importantly, that it's the small and minoritized communities that we work and collaborate with that continue to be marginalised and often bear the brunt of these activities. Despite these obstacles, our resolve to foster a more inclusive and just world should remain unshaken. I was watching Jennifer Lewis of Blackish fame yesterday, and to steal her words, we need to be warriors, unafraid and willing to stand. And as we look to this year, 2025, I hope that we can be filled with optimism and determination. Our vision as a membership of small but mighty organisations is to build on the foundations we have created, striving towards an inclusive world where communities are healthier, more sustainable and empowered, where we work to eliminate racism and address multiple biases experienced by others. We will continue to connect, strengthen, amplify our global membership, guided by our core values of community, inclusivity, integrity and excellence. We aim to support our members in making greater strides in shifting power, increasing global membership and improving accessibility. Initiatives such as the financial contributions to members and improving accessibility. Initiatives such as financial contributions to members who share their stories will further amplify the diverse voices within our networks. And it is our sustainability working group agenda to generate more income to enable us to do this. So if you're interested, please let Lizzie and myself know. Finally, I extend my absolute gratitude to every single volunteer, team member, trustee, and member who has contributed to SIDCN success in 2024. We could not do this without you, and you know who you are. Can I get emotional? So your dedication, your passion, and your hard work has made a significant impact on the communities we serve. So carry on together. Let's continue to make positive change and work towards a brighter future, because it's been a tough year and it's continued to be a tough year, but we can do this. Thank you for being here today, and I look forward to engaging in a very productive AGM. See, when I talk about SIDCN, I get all emotional. And it's being recorded, people. Oh well, such is life. So anyway, I hope that that's going to set the tone for the session. Please, I'm hoping that you're ready, that you're using the chat box and the chat function to get to know each other for those who are new to the membership, and so keep chatting. So our plan for today, we have 10 more minutes to put it quick. We are handing over, as before, great amounts of the session to our members. So we're going to literally speed through kind of all the standard stuff, as it were. We're going to quickly talk about the previous AGM. Liz is going to do a quick bit on the annual accounts, and then we've got the trustee updates. And we're going to ask you to vote. So just quickly, a quick reminder of a summary of what we did last year. We had 2 trustees step down and retire, and we had 4 new spangly trustees who were lovely and who are lovely and are here today. We discussed about the legacy of the FSI content, and as I mentioned before, that's already up and ready. We had discussion on that balance in the income generation versus making it accessible. It is accessible via the members area, and the website is free and membership is free, so it's very accessible. And then we also had the spotlights last year. We had 5. We've now increased that to 6, and we've given even greater amount of time over from the AGM to you. And last year's we had predominantly speakers from our Africa-based organisations. So handing over to Lizzie, just give us a quick run through of the accounts for the year.
Yes, thank you, Amber. Thank you for a brilliant introduction. And thank you everyone for putting in the chat who you are, where you're from. That's brilliant to see so many different people from right across loads of different organisations. So it's great. So I'm the treasurer of SIDCN, and it's my job just to give an overview of the finances last year. So here's my slide. We received £473 in donations last year, and a couple of grants, some restricted, some unrestricted, but the big one is £7,707 from FCDO, who are supporting us as part of the UK Alliance and the work that we do with them. So during the year, we spent that money on operation costs, communications, but a large amount of that money was spent on members' activities and their contributions to our network, which includes the cost of our podcast recording. If you've not seen it yet, get on our website and check out our podcasts. And those members' activities and contributions came to around £4,400. And then we also, no, £2,800. And then we also spent some money on our wonderful team. We've got 3 freelancers that have been working for us the last 8 months, and they've done a fantastic job just linking people, communicating, and it's just been really good to have them on board. And so £4,450 has been spent on the work that they've done for us. So that leaves us at the end of 2024 with £2,700 in reserve to use in the future for further charitable activities. So that's an overview of 2024. If you want to look at our accounts on the Charity Commission website, that's 2023. They're uploaded there, and you can see our trustees report on that as well. Brilliant. Back over to you, Amber.
Lovely, thank you so much, Lizzie, and thank you for again throughout the year being like, could we just do an extra license, you know, that kind of stuff. So thank you very much for all your your yeses this year. And as I said before, really positive that we've been able to have that additional bit of multi-year income to enable us to just do so much more, and you can just see, I think you really see the difference. Oh, someone's been drawing on our slides. Right, okay, so we are now over to trustee board refresh. You will have seen within the comms that have gone out over the last few weeks, information around who is restanding, who is standing down. So this year, as part of our governing documents, we have to have a certain proportion that stand down each year, depending on who's the most longest standing. And in this situation, it is myself as chair, Lizzie as treasurer, and Olivia as also a most long-standing trustee. So just to let you know that we are standing down, but we are also restanding, and so we would like, because we thought it might be a bit of a stretch to lose the chair, the most long-standing, and the treasurer all in one go. But we kind of had to have faith that hopefully that we're doing okay and that we'll get the vote. So here's the proof is in the pudding. So I'm going to ask Casey if you would kindly launch the vote, and what you'll see is there are three votes, one for each of the trustees, so for Olivia, for Lizzie, and for myself. And we're just asking you to confirm whether you're happy for that, if you're not, or if you're abstaining. And we will obviously ratify that again once we've looked through the register as well, just to make sure that all members are, everybody who's voting remembers, but I think majority compared to I think about 95% of people who are attending were members. So if you could just do that. If as I said, the information about if those individuals was put out before. There's also an attached document on Zoom as well, if you wanted to kind of find out a bit more about each individual. And there's also the information on the website, which I do believe Casey has mentioned to us that we need to refresh using information from the latest updates. So that will happen hopefully shortly. We'll give you a couple of minutes to do that because we're actually not too bad on timings. Whilst you're doing that, I'll also just remind you, so as I said before, we've just done this a bit differently this time. We know that the lunchtime is a really good time for members, because I know that time is limited. So the mainstay of the session, which is the speaker slots, are going to happen shortly as we come up to 10:02. So there's going to be a good hour with an hour and 10 minutes for that session. And then the latter part of the session is going to be the more detailed overview of what's been going on over the year and what the plans are for 2025. And that's all, the whole thing's going to be recorded. We will be probably sharing that as sound bites as well through our comms. But I know that we wanted to make sure that members really got to network and meet with each other. That was kind of the priority. Right, we're 15 seconds away from 2 minutes. And we're 83% cool of participants voted. So whilst you're doing that, I'm going to have a quick look at the chats. Oh, lovely. Good to see everybody kind of sharing and chatting.
Today is known for presenting programs such as the Willie Wild Show.
Oh. Okay, so we're just at 85%. Right, okay. So last 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to, we've not had any more votes in, so I'm going to end that there. Lovely. So we've got a resounding confirmation that all 3 roles are going to restand and are now formally trustees again. So it's good. Thank you very much, everyone. In light of the coming year, keep your eye out. There's always opportunities for volunteering and including looking at trustees. That's something we need to consider for this coming year as well. So please keep your eye out for that. But more information will come out in due course. Lovely. Okay, I shall share the results so you can all see that I'm not fibbing. It's 96% across the board, I think. So yeah, great. Right. So I shall stop sharing that. And how are we doing? Right, okay, we're in the last minute. So I just wanted to share this. What is that? That is what I would call the elephant in the room. The diversity of the AGM in 2025 with regards to speakers, I just wanted to address. We've tried to make the AGMs more accessible and beneficial to our members over the past couple of years. Rather than a traditional AGM where we talk about what we've been doing and what we've been up to and what the plans are, we've wanted to hand over large amounts of time to members and networking because this is what you've asked for in previous evaluations. As you will know, we've always had a great diversity of speakers and in the past 2 years actively asked those speaking to ensure their local partners were involved, especially if they were UK based. For this AGM, this time we wanted to give even more time over to members and to explore better development. As part of this, we were keen to broaden the regions from which speakers came from. Historically, we have been very Africa-centric, but we know that we have members from other continents and regions. However, in our pursuit of this, and due to the very short timeframes we had to develop the programme just due to capacity, we have fallen short of our diversity agenda, and for that I can only apologise. We did this, we did see it, but with only a matter of weeks turnaround, we were unable to rectify this. And I just wanted to be really clear that we absolutely, we can only apologise. As a predominantly female board, we understand the importance and have fallen short of it this time. I would like to thank those members that raised this, as I think it's really positive that you continue to keep us to account and to contact us. I think, we are part of the membership. I think one of the things that we really are keen to ensure is that we feel part, we're not this kind of looming group up here, that we're very much part of the network and membership. Upon reflection, our efforts to increase geographical diversity among speakers has inadvertently disrupted our usual gender parity. To address this, we are committed to ensuring that the June SIDCN Fest will maintain a greater female presence. We have observed a decline in female members volunteering for speaking opportunities and are keen to understand the reasons behind this trend. We're exploring ways of providing support, such as offering mini speaker support sessions suggested by one or two of our trustees who are great speakers to help build confidence among prospective speakers. Additionally, we will ensure that speaker opportunities are announced much earlier than they were for the AGM, which was communicated at very short notice. Therefore, the SIDCN Fest, we encourage you to start considering the experiences that you might want to share with your fellow members as we open up the speaker application in early April. So, okay. So, as moving on from that and recognising that, we do have a group of great speakers. We have managed to get a breadth of different areas and topics. And as you will have seen in the comms that have gone out, we have 3 rooms. We have 2 speakers in each. We have the Spotlight on Sierra Leone, where we've got Bees Abroad and the Waterloo Partnership sharing their experiences. We have Challenging the Status Quo with Healing Venezuela and Report Out. And then finally, we have Out of Africa, member stories from other regions, and that's Polio and Children in Need Charity and Operation Sabre. So we're going to open up the rooms. It's going to be for you to choose which rooms you're going to go into. They will be said about 30 minutes of speaker time, and then the rest will be for networking, and then we'll bring you back into this room for the final session. A big thank you to our speakers as well, and I really hope that you enjoy and learn and listen. The speaker sessions will be recorded, the networking piece will not be recorded, just so that you're aware. Right, so let's open up those breakout rooms. Okay. So hopefully you can all see and you can select, hoping, your room. If you have any problems, let me know. I'm going to hover. If I need to drop you into a specific room, then I will.
Amber, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I don't have a breakout room choice.
Oh, okay. Let me just, who said that?
Sean.
Same here.
I tell you what I might do then, for those that, because there's quite a few that have already gone into other rooms, what I might do is I just might move people into some rooms. Once you're in, it might then trigger for you to be able to get into those into different rooms. So
Sure.
I haven't got one either.
okay, I'll just drop you in, and then if you want to move around, then as I said, each thing's being recorded. So
yeah, I haven't got one either.
I'm not sure what I should be looking at to get one.
No problem. I'm just going to randomly allocate people.
I couldn't get anything here.
No problem. I'm literally I'm randomly allocating, so don't panic.
I'd be best off in number 3.
Can you hear me? Am I in number 3?
Hi, Maureen. I'll put you into 3. You should be.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You should be 3 already.
I should also be in 3, I think.
And
3 for Vanessa Bennett as well, please.
oh, Vanessa. Oh,
You did put me in there and I accidentally came out.
oh, okay. No worries. Move to. What I'm going to do is, because you've seen. Oh, there you go. No, you're back again. No, you're not. You lost you again. You're on my script. There you are. I'm going to move you into. If I move you into 2, and then I'll move you back into 3.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It won't let me do it otherwise. So. Hi, Caroline. Were you in a room already? Or do I need to put you into? Oh no, she's gone. Hi, Rita. Oh no, Rita's already. That I know. Having oh, thank you, whoever pressed that button. Thank you, magic people in the background. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that. I know it's only a short period of time, so thank you to our speakers, and thank you. I've been secretly messaging the team in the background on WhatsApp, and I hear there's lots of good questions and so much more that you could talk about, but hopefully it's at least inspired that, you know, you as members to kind of get together to connect. I know I have already had from a couple of the rooms saying that there's a real keenness for people to come together and link and connect. So obviously we have at the end of this, we'll obviously we have the existing forums and events, the Tuesday morning, the Friday mornings, the Tuesday mornings going on, and the forums. But actually, there's a piece of work that Casey's doing that we're going to talk about shortly, which is about creating a directory that will then enable kind of greater connectivity between members. So I shall say no more. I don't want to do spoilers. I'm gonna move on straight away through to the next part of the session. Is that going to come up? Work? Anybody see that? I've got a back screen. Oh no, that's great. Right, okay, so thank you once again to all the wonderful speakers, and I will look forward to watching every single one of those videos. I get the short straw, having to stay here and make sure that people can get in and out of the building, as it were. So this last half an hour is literally just going to kind of take you through the 4 working groups. So for those that are new to the membership, we have 4 working groups that cover different areas of the membership, all volunteer led. Although actually we have obviously a bit of support, additional support now, which is great. And if you are interested in getting involved, please just do contact us. The details will be at the end as well on the email. So connect. I'm going to check. Connect. Olivia, how are you? Are you with us and able to kind of talk us through Connect?
Hi, I'm here and can talk through Connect, although I have a grumpy little one with me. So let's see how we go.
Go on then. Go on then.
If you start screaming, you'll have to take over, Amber.
I'll take over, yeah.
So yes, I'm actually sit within the influence group, but I'm just going to share some of the updates from Connect, what's been happening over 2024. So we've been continuing providing member-led spaces to connect, learn and share. And over the past year, we've provided 50 Friday Connects. So big shout out to anyone who's been part of those. If you are available on a Friday morning, it's just a wonderful space to connect and share and find new friends. We've also supported 9 education forums and multiple country focus groups. For example, there's working in Bangladesh, there's ones working in Uganda, there's various different ones, and a big give support group. And we've also introduced a new Tuesday Connect weekly meetup for members who can't make the Friday morning meetings, and they only launched in October, but since then we've had 8 calls on a Tuesday. We've also supported members to set up Zoom meetings and sent the calendar invites to the education forums, Friday Connects and Tuesday Connects. And we've also made the FSI content available and accessible to members with 52 new site members in 2024. So if you are new to SIDCN, or if you've been around for ages but haven't managed to connect, can I really encourage you to do so. And equally, if there's something you're really passionate about or an area that you're working in that you feel would be really useful to have either kind of a country focus group or a particular sort of thematic area, then we would love members to kind of start their own groups and really run with that, and we can support you to do so. And equally, if you haven't gone and had a look at our website and checked out the FSI content, do go and have a look. It's just full of useful resources and training materials, all for free. So what we're planning to do in 2025 where we are going to be hosting bi-monthly governance forums aimed specifically at charity trustees, CEOs, and anyone responsible for charity governance. And again, all that we're planning for 2025, this has come out of member surveys and member feedback. So again, if you've got any suggestions or ideas of things that you would like to do to facilitate more connect between members, then do let us know. So yeah, new for 2025, we're going to be having governance forums. So do come along, but also do encourage your trustees to come along, because as you know, we're all doing this together. We're also going to be supporting, as I said earlier, new member-led forums and country focus groups to get started. And we've got a spreadsheet that, as Amber said, that Casey has been putting together to kind of map those. So if you'd like to be part of that, then yeah, do reach out. And also we're going to be planning our annual SIDCN Fest. This will be in June to coincide with the National Small Charities Week. If you've never attended a fest before, it is a huge amount of fun, great place to learn, to share, and to network. And also, I know it's not on here, but we do occasionally as well try and do in-person meetings. And I know that it's tricky because most of us are all around the globe and we want to make things accessible as possible. But if anyone is available this evening, there is a meetup happening in London. Again, I'm aware that's not accessible for everybody, which is why the vast majority of everything we do is virtual. But we're also keen to do more in-person meetups in various places. So again, if you're interested in hosting anything, we're very much member-led. So do get in touch, and we'd love to support you with however you like to connect with us.
Thank you, Olivia. Olivia was covering that for Janine, who actually is in
Uganda. She's in Uganda.
Yeah, she's in Uganda, isn't she? Yeah. So thank you for that. Brilliant. So lots of opportunities, as Olivia said. So I'll quickly fly on to Amplify. So I think Marl, this is over to you.
Thank you, Amber. So for those who don't know me, I'm Mal. I am the Amplify lead trustee now with Izzy and Alice in my working group, and who have been a great help in sharing most of the things that you see on social media, even on Facebook. So in 2024, we were up to a lot of things. If you all remember, we launched our Radical Change podcast last year during the SIDCN Fest on Small Charity Week. So we have 4 episodes out, and there are so many more in the pipeline. So we have even increased sharing more stories about you. And one thing that I want to say is that we can only share the stories that you share with us. So always feel free to jump into our website and register your stories so that we can share your story on the website. And there are so many stories to read on our websites. Lately, we are doing 1 per month. So the earlier, the better, so that you do not have so much to read. And also, we started doing a regular bi-monthly email newsletter to share some of the sector news, opportunities, and even share stories. So we have a new Facebook page to amplify more stories and even encourage membership growth to not only the people who are in the Facebook group, but also to other members who might want to join SIDCN. So if you haven't liked our page yet, please feel free to go there, and there are so many updates. And then we decided to do more monthly themes on our social media content. So we definitely have very month-specific focus. Some months are mental health awareness month, so we have decided to focus on more specific themes as we share on our monthly social social media schedule. So you will see some new content, and we will encourage more members, and even you will hear more from our trustees. So what we are planning on 2024 definitely is to continue growing the reach of our member voices through more stories and even the podcast. So if you would want to be featured on the podcast, we have a link on our website. So we are also planning on increasing the global contribution to our communication. So all those people who are working in global majority countries, please feel free to share with us your stories, and also have some of your members join us in the podcast. So a number of people have suggested that we have the Radical Change social media presence. So since SIDCN does not have an Instagram page, there is plan to maybe start a podcast page on Instagram where we can be sharing sound bites and more stories, brief stories from our Radical Change podcast. So we definitely always want to make it as easy as possible for you to share your stories. So feel free to share some of the ideas that you might have with us, and we will see how to incorporate them. So thank you.
Lovely, thank you. And at this juncture, I've got a note here as well, just to say, I know that again, members have raised a lot of the work is obviously done in the working groups, and some members have raised some of the concerns around some of the social media platforms, particularly X, and that's something that's coming to the next working group meeting, which is in February. So just that you're aware, we are looking at social media as a whole and looking at, are we using the right tools? Just so that everybody's aware of that. Influence. Right, I'm going to check. Have I got? I know Corey, you're away as well. Katrina, are you able to cover this one?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm here. I don't know what Corey's always traveling, so I don't know what his Wi-Fi is right now, but I'm happy to jump in.
Lovely.
And so good to hear also all the things that Influence did in the last year. I think are amazing. So I think. Just in terms of summing up what happened in 2024, unsurprisingly, probably some of the trustees are based in the UK, and that's where we were kind of born initially. So we were focused on understanding how to engage with the new government, understanding that there's a lot of new staff involved in the UK in international development as well. So, for example, as part of that agenda to influence the UK, but also beyond policy sector, on behalf of our members, we drafted and shared some template letters, and big props to Corey, Amber, and everyone that worked on that earlier last year, so that the members themselves can contact their local MPs and kind of get in touch and get the voice of small charities heard by the new administration, right? So that's been a focus, and as well as that, kind of engaging members to do it themselves. What we also want to do is understand what our role can be in facilitating some of that. And we've had some great discussions both with members and with kind of similar partners like the UK Alliance on policy influencing work can be the last priority sometimes when you're a small charity and you really have to respond to other things. So that's kind of what we'd love to discuss more with the members as well. So in understanding what we can do on your behalf and with members as well alongside is engaging with some of the new committees or new committee members. So we engage with International Development Committee. We went to some kind of partnership events that SIDCN was invited to. And when we're there, we always want to try to represent as closely as possible your voices as members, obviously. Our interest is your interest. There's no difference between the two. So we were really glad to see that there are opportunities to engage on that level as well. So from all different angles, right? So different types of organizations, big foundations, FCDO, Rotary. So that's one thing that we definitely want to explore more, understanding what we can do with and on your behalf as well. So in terms of the next year really and what's coming is just understanding even better what our role can be, what your interest is specifically maybe within influencing policy. Obviously there's some like big headlines like increasing budgets and things like that that could be the top of the agenda, but there's a lot of other things that we can learn from you of what we should be saying when we do go to these events, for example. The other big thing is for sure increasing the inclusion and visibility of SIDCN members themselves at events. So that's also something we're figuring out with different partners, how we can do that better. So for instance, even inquiries, all the different inquiries that are now out with the new government, how it can be that we just play a supporting role in one of the members submitting it themselves or more members doing that. So working a lot with Connect as well to try and understand how we add that lens to the engagement part between members, right? So that's something that we're really keen on happening more and more, but we know that resources can be tight for that kind of work for a lot of organizations. So that's where we want to maybe help out when we can. And last but definitely not least, like Marla also mentioned, we do just want to respond to surveys and what you guys want. So we'll definitely be working with Connect to do a new survey that's just a priority that identifies priorities for partnerships. So what type of organizations you'd be more keen on seeing SIDCN engage with, Is it foundations? Is it fund kind of organizations? Is it directly government? And what kind of influencing work you'd like us to do alongside you. So I think that's a whistle stop tour, but Corey or anyone else, please jump in.
That was a very good whistle stop tour. Thank you so much. And I think, and just to reiterate, we are part of the UK Alliance. This is made up of the Scottish International Development Alliance, the Hub Cymru Africa in Wales, CARDA in Northern Ireland, and Sweden in the southwest. And to much, we are SIDCN is getting invited to some big things, and yeah, we're very much on the radar, which is real positive that actually smalls are, you know, we're getting those invitations. So yeah, yay, well done, influence. Right. Oh, finally, admin and sustainability. I'm happy. Lizzie, did you want to kick off, or how did you want to do this?
So I'm very happy for you to go through it, Amber.
Right, I'll go through it. So Lizzie and I, our little team of two, successfully negotiated the multi-year grant from FCDO via Bond and the UK Alliance, which is a really great way of seeing, I think, positive to us to see that working in partnership with others, and has led to I guess a demonstration of actually this partnership working really well, where actually some funds come through. It's only small, but we have a wonderful group of 3 supporting us now, as I mentioned at the start. We have a couple of sponsorships for SIDCN Fest, and we'll continue to look at that. And we still thank our wonderful individual giver, regular giver, who continues to support our work, and that's just wonderful, and a big shout out to them. And obviously tons of volunteer time, like there's so much volunteer time, from the people responding to each other on the Facebook group, to the catch up on a Friday, on a Tuesday, to the additional forums, to the let's have this session. Just big love for all the volunteer time that's being used. And also, I guess, a note from me, which is, you know, to be a trustee part of SIDCN, the CIO, you know, the trustee team are not only just doing the kind of the governance side of things and doing board meetings, but also doing a hell of a lot of time around supporting the working groups and getting things done. So, you know, a big thank you from me for you for that. What we're planning, maintaining the multi-year grant is a big one, to continue to look at sponsorship and other grants, more applications to funders, particularly because at the moment we are at the tail end of our budget for the podcast, and we really want to grow this further. There's real appetite to do it. So anybody who, you know, wants to do some volunteering to help with a few grant applications, you're more than welcome to contact us. So that's very much on my agenda this year. So more volunteer time. We've already had some volunteers kind of contact us end of last year to do a couple of discrete projects, which is great as well. So if you just want to do a little bit of something, you know, cool, we'll find a piece of work or a project for you. Yeah, we still continue to consider earned income, but again, really conscious that as a membership of Smalls, there is very little income, and I think the beauty of this is that we're very much a peer-led network, where people who are kind of sharing the same experiences and sharing, you know, our little loopholes, how we got around things and so forth. So we don't want to kind of lose that dynamic either. So just to finish, actually what I'll do is, if I go to the last bit and then I'll come back to questions, so make sure we've got last kind of 10 minutes for questions or any comments. If you want to put stuff in the chat, questions, comments, things that maybe we want to go away and take, or if you want to come to a working group meeting, they are the second Friday of a month, she says, looking up in the corner. I'm sure Casey, somebody will be like, yes, you're right. More than welcome to come to that. So just if you haven't been on the website, I'm just going to just show you this, like an extract. So if you go into the members area, so once you've joined us online on the members area, then you can go to joined on the website, you then can get access to the member area, and in there is the learning resources, and it's done by sections, different types of areas. So this one's got the kind of small charity week stuff, but then it's got different fundraising, learning pieces and things like that in there. And then there's also folders for documents and other useful resources that we get and we can share. Yes, there's stuff also on the Facebook group, but you might also find some useful stuff here as well on the in the members area as well. finally, just to say that to get involved, lots of opportunities. So you've got sharing your stories as have been asked. There is surveys. There will be upcoming survey. It will help us to understand what you want, but also help us to respond to the SCDO on evaluation. So that's obviously going to be grateful. So it might be some through the polls on the Facebook group, which seem to go really well and land well with members because it's quick and easy. But there'll also be some short surveys going out. We've got speaking opportunities obviously for the fest. So look out for that for April, but start thinking now. And if you've got an idea, maybe just ping it through to us. You've got get in touch as well via the email. You've got the Facebook groups, you've got meetings, you've got connect, lots of stuff that we've talked about already. A lot of that you can link on to, you can find on the website, but also you've got the email as well. Finally, just so you know, next year is, and thank you very much to, I think it's Olivia, to kind of, Izzy, sorry. That next year's AGM, I know it's a year away, but it's going to be the 10th anniversary of SIDCN on Facebook. So we want to start thinking about ideas. So again, if you want to got ideas, you want to share some stuff with us, in advance, then let us know. We are a small but yet perfectly formed group of a team of volunteers, and yeah, so obviously there's only so much we can do, but yeah, throw your ideas at us. We might even steal some for SIDCN Fest. Think that was everything on my list for that. So finally, I'm going to sharing, and yes, if there's any kind of questions or thoughts or anything like that you've heard today, then please let us know. If you need to nip away because it's nearly past and you've got to crack on and do your work, then that's totally fine. As I said, this is recorded. You'll be able to come back to this at your leisure. So if you weren't able to see some of the other sessions because you were in one particular room today, you'll be able to come back and look at those. But other than that, I think yeah, that's kind of the end of it from us. Just love this seeing all your lovely faces. Right. Well, oh, hello. Oh, okay. Well, I wish you all a wonderful weekend. Thank you all for being amazing and doing all the work that you do. And please do, like, if you're interested in getting even more involved, we will be looking at things like trustee review this year. Our terms are two-year terms, and they can be repeated a maximum of 3 times. So we will be kind of looking as well for, we've got new opportunities. So yeah, so please do have a look. Contact us. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We will look and we will respond.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.